So hi, I'm Phil Bakler. I'm here with Sophia Liang and Lynn Carruthers, who's not here, but she's here really. She will be participating with Sophia on this breakout about designing templates. And so I'm very interested in this. I did my training at Grove, of course, and they're very template-driven folks. So I'm very interested to hear what it is that you'll be doing, why this is an important thing to you, and what it'll be about. So go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So hi, I'm Sophia Liang, and I'll be co-leading the session with Lynn Carruthers, who's here in spirit. and Lynn and I have been actually leading the session in IFVP for 2 years and IAF for previous 3, so 5 years in total. So we've been doing this template workshop for a while now. And individually, we've both been designing templates for 10 years apiece. So we've been doing this a really long time. And we've experienced templates when they support the group process, and we've experienced templates when they really don't work. And in our session, what we really want to do is we want to teach you how to design a template from scratch. So what this means is we're going to tell you what we do from the moment a client calls and says, hey, can you design a template for me? And maybe they'll even ask, I'm not really sure what that means, but I think we want something visual to go on the tables to help the groups with their process, to when the template is actually on the wall or the participants are using it, right? So we're going to cover both analog ways of doing it, so markers and paper, and we're also going to cover a little bit about digital ways of doing that. And if you were in the sessions in the last couple IFVP conferences around getting into the minds of a graphic recorder, this is what we do during our template sessions. We literally get into Lynn's head as she shares her process. So she walks through when the client calls and they ask a question, like literally what she's thinking, what questions she's going to be asking, how she's thinking about designing the template, to actually how she actually maps it out on a piece of paper to help you be the most efficient with that process. And we have lots of examples for you to see, from Grove to Norland to things that we design on our own, digital, analog. So it's going to be really cool. There's a gallery of template examples, and including a couple of really bad ones. We go through a couple of cautionary tales. Right. You know, when the client shows up and they're like, we created this template, and you're like, oh my God. And then the participants like can't write on it, or we'll share a couple of those. Those are always great learnings, right? Excellent. And then lastly, it's pretty hands-on, so you're going to have an opportunity to develop your own template from scratch, which is always fun and always something that you learn a lot from, because you're being in small teams and you learn from one another. And we hope when you leave, you're going to have the confidence and ability to really ask the right questions, so that 1, you're more involved in the design process, and 2, you're actually designing a template. You're not being told what to put on a template by a client, but you're informed and you're in part of the process, and you can really leverage your expertise and experience into that conversation. So yeah, that's templates.
That's really excellent. You know, I do a lot of thinking about metaphor, and so this is such a good thing to think about, how you bring some kind of an image or some kind of a framework to the situation. And so it'd be very exciting to hear you do that. So that'll be one of the breakouts that people can choose from, and I hope that many people choose it. You and Lynn bring so many years of experience, so thank you again for all of your years of supporting IFVP and the conferences too.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, we hope you join us. It's going to be really fun. It's always great.
Thank you. All right, well, I'll end this recording.